chin. Yeah, it's up now.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, sweet.
Peace. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able. Remove your hats and join us in the singing of our national anthem.
Two teams looking to climb up the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League standings before the Christmas break here on High Button Sports. My name's Dayton Camo, welcoming you inside the Queen's Place Amera Center here in Liverpool, Nova Scotia for a Saturday matinee matchup between the Bage Valley Wildcats and the Western Hurricanes. Starting in net tonight for the Wildcats, number 1, Jonah Harvey, and 200 feet from him, it'll be Joseph McMullen. Referees will skate to center ice. We'll get underway in just a moment. And we're off. Draws one back by the Wildcats. McKay sends it across to Keating and up to the red line. That one gets blocked. And now in goes Ferguson. He shoves that one down into the corner. Dale on the wall. He's going to chip one ahead. And now McKay back up the wall. Tried to find McLaughlin out of his reach. Now up the wall. This one gets back to Connor Keating. He'll play it back down. And away goes Brexdale. They'll chip one into the zone. Keating will go back to corral this one for the Wildcats, but Dale is on him. They'll battle down there in the corner. Ferguson will come in to help. Now being moved over to Bentley McKay, and he throws a big hit down there in the corner. Ferguson will come pick up that loose puck, throw it to center ice, and this one's just out of the reach. Chase Gorkum going back to pick it up for the Hurricanes. A quick up. This one just taken away by the stick of Rowan Lonergan. A good stick defensively. Now Greeno. Trip Greeno wearing the C for the Wildcats in these away whites. His shot turned aside by McMullen on the pad, back to the point. Shot goes in. This one's turned aside, back into the corner. Corkum played that one up the wall. It got to center, and Greeno will send it right back in. Now out to the point. This one's picked up by Churchill and sent to center. Knocked back. And now Greeno will start the breakout here in his own end. He'll put it down. Mood Ross will collect, and this one's just onside. The linesmen say off. So Robichaud will have to touch up now the other way. Hurricanes on the attack. Bartow Kelly picks up this puck for the Wildcats. Tried to hit Rude. Now Gallant. Almost misplayed that one right in the slot area. Now Bennett. Back on it. Plays it cross ice to his partner. A nice spin move there by Martin Blinn. Now away go the Hurricanes with numbers. Santos shot, scores! Jacob Santo absolutely rips one under the blocker of Jonah Harvey. And the Western Hurricanes have taken the early lead. Wildcats win the draw, and this one's sent in by McLaughlin. Corkum will play it around the wall. This one corralled at the near side by Lucas. Sent to center, intercepted by Howard. He's got 4 on him, couple of sticks trying to take the puck away, but Howard able to dump it in. Oh, pass out to center. This one gets to Keating. Back up to McLaughlin, and he'll send it in. Now Howard has a chance alone in the slot. That one's turned aside by McMullen.
Hurricanes goal scorer number 19, Jacob Santo. Assisted by number 8, Martin Glenn. Time to go at 12:30. That's Santo.
Now Ferguson. He'll pick one up in the offensive zone. Drift one in. That one's well over the net. Rimmed around by Howard. Back to Keating. It gets past Connor Keating, and Bentley McKay will have to go back and regroup here for the Wildcats. McKay almost lost it there. Tenwold comes in. Big hit there by Ferguson along the wall, but still with that one is Bear DeMel. Ferguson lays a bump down there into Tenwold. Now trying to work its way out. The net comes off its moorings just a little bit on the near side. That shot goes off the post, and the net does come off, so the whistle will be blown. So an early lead, thanks to Jacob Santo, assisted by Martin Blinn on the back end. And that's got the home team, the Western Hurricanes, up 1-0 here at the Americenter. Face off, one back to Mood Ross. That one just kept on side. Now played down in the corner. Back up the wall. Dale's got a couple of Wildcats all over him. Now chipped up by Rolls. He'll move this one in deep onto McMullen. And this one's into the Hurricanes bench. We'll get a whistle and a face-off back inside the Hurricanes zone. 10:29 to go. Now Martin picks up this draw and drives it to the net. There's a loose puck in front. This one's picked up and driven out. Greeno is going to try and step into his man Churchill. And Greeno able to take that puck, no problem, flipping it back out to center ice. Rolls was in there on the chase, trying to get something going offensively. Now picked back up by Churchill, dropped, and now sent cross ice. Dayon will send it deep into the offensive zone. Now the Wildcats moving it up to Lonergan, and Lonergan will send it in deep. McMullen out to play it there for the Hurricanes. He played back across to Hughes. Now a chance the other way. Robichaud was in tight. He couldn't get that one to go. Back down in the corner. Robichaud just out of the reach of that one. Now it's back to Hughes. This one gets sent out to center ice. McLaughlin has some trouble down there in the Wildcats zone. Robichaud rims it back around the wall, picked up by Rude. That one kept onside. And now finally sent back into the Hurricane zone. McGuire giving chase. Now a long pass up is chipped in by Chambers, and the Hurricanes with some more offensive zone time. Now DeMel, he strips Ferguson. DeMel working in, driving wide, looking back door, and that one just taken away. Howard now Got a backhand one all the way across. Ferguson was driving up, and that one's going to be offside at the line. Howard just a step offside. Tommy Ferguson was over and in the zone a little bit ahead of the play. So we're going to face off here. 8:15 to go in the first period. The Western Hurricanes up 1-0 thanks to Jacob Santo. The Hurricanes win that draw and move to the far side. No icing on the call, so McKay picks a long pass up and sends one up to Lonergan, but that one's out of his reach. It gets to the near side. Now spinning it back up was Rolls, but it bounced off his stick. McKay and Bartow Kelly back for the Wildcats defensively. Lonergan comes in, chips that one back out, gets to the point. That one's turned aside. Now Dale back to the point. This one poked away by Lonergan. He gets this one out to Rolls. Rolls at center, trying to work it in. Dale's got a long pass up ahead. That one out of the reach of Churchill. And now Greeno gonna assess his options. He's gonna go for a skate. Trip Greeno, he's taken down at center, no call. Robichaud picks it back up to center. This one taken away by Lucas. He'll chip this one in. Keating's back for it. Greeno trying to make a couple of moves defensively behind his own net. That one taken away in the slot. Now back to Blinn. His shot blockered away by Harvey. Into the corner now. Rude. First on it for the Cats. He's bumped off the puck. Now Lucas able to send it back in. Greeno was looking for the bump on him. Now back up the wall. Mood Rosk gets a shot. That one's tipped on the way in. That one was almost dangerous. Now Tenwald sends one cross ice. Robichaud's got a race after this one. He's first on it. Austin Robichaud tried to hit Howard, breaking into the slot. Now Howard's got it down low. Out front. This one just turned aside at the side of the net. Gallant turned aside by the pad of McMullen, and now it gets out of the zone. Worked ahead. And why not shot? Just turned aside by the glove of Jonah Harvey. A quick shot moving in on the break in there by the Hurricanes. So the face-off will come to the right of Jonah Harvey. And now a quick shot off the draw. It went right off the mask. Howard will send one up to Ferguson. Away goes Tommy Ferguson. Down the wall. Sends a bump down there into his man. Now Howard trying to pick up that loose puck. It's located by Ferguson. And his shot is gloved by McMullen. And we'll get a stoppage of play. So 5:23 to go here in the first period. And Tommy Ferguson showing us how dangerous he can be in the offensive zone when he's got the puck on his stick. He's back out there with Caleb Howard and McLaughlin on his other wing. Greeno is stripped of the puck. It's picked up by the Hurricanes, sent back and chipped at by McLaughlin. Now a cross ice pass intended for McLaughlin at center, gets to him and he'll reset here himself. Greeno plays it back. Skating up to center. Trip Greeno. Didn't like what he saw. Ferguson now, he'll send a shot through. That one off a skate to the corner. Ferguson gets it back and that one bounces off his stick. Churchill was stripped by Greeno and that's sent right back in. No, long pass up. Picked up by Grady Rolls. He'll move his way in to the top of the circles. His shot's blocked. Picked up by Deon. Moves across ice. Now Bentley McKay intercepts this one. Drops off to Rolls. Rolls into the middle. Intended for Martin on that one, but didn't get to him. Now it's back at the point. Rolls will chip it even further down into the corner. Picked up by Martin. A good hit down there in the near side. Now McLaughlin sends one through. That one's over the net. And now Bennett picks one up. He's got a man moving to the back door, off the pad of Harvey and out to the slot. Now right back down the ice the other way. Rolls will work his way down the right side. He's bumped. Chambers was all over him coming back down. Not allowing anything to go. This one's chipped down the ice. McLaughlin back for it. Helped out there by Bentley McKay. McKay drops it back. Robichaud will pick it up. He moves it up the half wall. Austin Robichaud into the offensive zone now. Now to center. Rude chips at that one. Robichaud in the slot. Slaps at it. It's loose. Now Bartow Kelly sends one down low. Robichaud's got McGuire and Rude out there with him. He gets bumped into the boards. Chipping it back over to the near side. Bartow Kelly pinches down, throws one to the slot area. It doesn't get anywhere close to where he hoped. This one's going to be held onto by McMullen. And we'll get a face-off, 2:29 to go here in the opening frame. 1-0 for the Hurricanes. Face-off one, and the Wildcats play it back to the point. Shot goes in from Greeno. That one was a bullet. It just missed by a hair. Now up to Wynot. This one's moved into the corner. Wynot jams at that one, but can't collect it. Now Ferguson tried to go through the slot. That one's off a skate. Diebel gets the puck back. He'll look for an option, sending one off the wall. Back at the point, it's chipped up. Howard trying to move his man outside. Now Ferguson picks it up, trying to make a move through a couple of bodies. And he sends one to the ice. Now Howard on the near side. He sends it across to the point. Shot blocked. McKay sends it in deep. Ferguson picks up that loose puck on the wall. Back to McKay. McKay's shot through. That one bounces in front a couple of times. It's going to be cleared. And now worked out. Deon through the center. Martin was looking to clean his clock. Now Deon picks up that puck. It's worked offside, and that'll bring us a face-off here with 61 seconds to go in this opening frame. Face-off sent into the Wildcat zone. McKay will play one across, and Martin chips it in. Rolls on the chase with Martin. Martin can't corral that one. It's sent back to the point. McKay now. McLaughlin sent it up. Now Martin trying to break in. And that shot turned aside by McMullen. Now a chance away, last second. Deon coming down. That one turned away. A long pass out for Lonergan. He corrals that one. No one along with him, so we'll send it down into the offensive zone with 10 to go. Worked across. This one sent down. It'll be an icing. And with 4 to go, we'll go back to the Hurricane zone. Four seconds to go. Robichaud working in on the draw for the Wildcats. He wins it back. That shot turned aside by McMullen. 1 to go, and that'll do it here for the first period. So after 1, the Valley Wildcats trail the Western Hurricanes 1-0 thanks to Jacob Santo. His goal coming back earlier in the first period. We'll be right back on High Button Sports with the second period of play. Stay tuned.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
All right, we're back for the second period of action. We thank you for tuning into High Button Sports here on this Saturday afternoon. The Western Hurricanes and Valley Wildcats back at it at the Queens Ameriplace. Draw one by the Wildcats, and they'll work it in offensively. A late hit there from Corkum. And now it's worked out to center. Rude getting back on the back check. Trying to take a number after the hit he just received. Now a shot going in. Turned aside by Harvey. Worked out to center. Robichaud gets the line. Dumps it in. He'll hold up for a change at his own bench. A pass coming in. And this one's up at the line. It's offside. Demel will touch up. And linesman saying all the way back. So the face-off will go all the way to the right of Joe McMullen. Face-off won by the Wildcats. McKay sends a shot in. That one just wide of the net. Now Ferguson plays one down to Howard. It was in his feet. Now back at center. Bartow Kelly will play it back to McKay. Back over to Bartow Kelly. Up into the neutral zone. He gets the red. And now McLaughlin picks this up. Tries to center one out front to Howard. That one's just out of his reach. Kind of in the feet area. A long shot in from McKay. Drifted wide of the net with the blocker. And now McKay again. He'll send one in. That one's blocked in front. Battle along the near side wall. Howard. He stripped his man of the puck. Back to it. Howard sends it down deep. McLaughlin out front. Ferguson was just a couple of strides behind, and he would have had a perfect opportunity. Ferguson will send one around. Lonergan on the near side. Now Bennett chips one in. Greeno picks it up defensively, starts the breakout here for the Wildcats. A long pass up for Ferguson in his skates. This one's sent in. Fowler He was pinching in. Now rolls. Now Dayon trying to work it up. Martin was all over him. Martin plays it back down for Grady Rolls. Now work back up the wall for Dayon. Dayon chipped it ahead. It's worked into the offensive zone, and now it's back for Greeno. Greeno will start the rush down the near side. Works in, shot saved by McMullen. The rebound sitting there, and they score. Rowan Lonergan finds a loose puck in the Hurricanes crease, and we've got a tie game here in Liverpool. Draw one back to center ice. The Hurricanes working in. Why not drifts a shot in? And that one's turned aside, no problem, by Jonah Harvey as the net comes off its moorings. Shots 9-7 in favor of the Wildcats, who have just tied this game thanks to Rowan Lonergan. We'll get the official goal call here in a second. Not sure who got the two final touches around the net. And there we go. So a shot goes in. It's turned aside by Harvey. And just as I was saying that, they announced it unassisted. So Lonergan unassisted. Now it's sent back in for Corkum. He'll play one around the wall on this near side, the dreaded near side here in Liverpool. Not a commentator's best friend. Now Corkum plays it back down. Picked up by McLaughlin. And now Robichaud at center works in. Drops for Rude. Rude shot. Saved by McMullen. And now Robichaud making sure he stops right at the crease before he makes his way back to the bench. Face-off will come back down into the Hurricane zone to the right of McMullen. Face-off one by Ferguson. A little bit of mustard on that one. It went all the way back past McKay. So everyone will have to regroup. A pass from Blinn intended for a Hurricane winger goes right back to Carter Diebel, and his shot was turned aside there by McMullen. So great job to hold the line and jump on that loose puck by Diebel, and almost a scary turnover there for Martin Blinn. Ferguson will get bumped out of the draw. McLaughlin coming in to take this one. But it's won back by Santo, the goal scorer, early in the first period. That one touches the netting, and we'll get another draw. Face-off one back by the Hurricanes. Blinn, he gets bumped down low. McLaughlin back up to the point. Fowler sends a shot in. That one's tipped wide of the net. Howard's on it. Plays it back around. Bartow Kelly, or Greeno, excuse me. And that shot in from Fowler covered up for a face-off. 14:47 to go here in the second period. Now this face-off won by the Hurricanes. It was worked up by DeMille. And finally sent into the Wildcats bench. So we'll get a face-off. This one will go back down into the Hurricane zone. Face-off back to the point. Fowler plays it back up. It's picked up by Corkum. They'll work in. Drive wide. Corkum sends a shot through on the goal line and right along the ice. It's turned aside by Harvey. Now back to center. Rolls, chipped one ahead. Now Tenwold drops and spins one to center. That one's out of the reach of any Hurricanes. Lonergan flips one across, picked up by Greeno and sent right back down into the corner. Martin lays a bump down in the corner. It's out of the reach of Lonergan. And DeMille will play one ahead for DeYoung. Rex DeYoung works into the forehand. He tries to slip one past Harvey, but Harvey shuts the door last second, so a face-off will come. 13:38 to go here in the second. A great job by Jonah Harvey to keep that one out of the net. Face-off. Won by the Wildcats. McLaughlin tried to play one. And this gets put back to the point. A chance in front. That one's left there. Now Robichaud starts with it behind his own net. Robichaud's got room down that far side. He's going to cut to the middle. That one's taken away. Robichaud had a lot of speed heading down that far side, but no real good option. Now Rude, he chips one up. Now a long backhander taken away. Good hand-eye by Ben Rude in the corner to knock that one out of the air. Back to McKay. McKay's shot. This one's up into the netting for a stoppage of play. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for your Western Hurricanes. The Hurricanes, December 14th, are in Truro. And then the weekend after, the 20th and 21st, they've got two meetings with the Whalers and Rangers before a January 3rd matchup with the Landworks Gulls, or formerly Landworks Gulls. Face-off, won by the Wildcats, sent back in by Diebel. And that one will be stopped up. The upcoming schedule for your Valley Wildcats. The Wildcats are home to Truro at the Apple Dome before going down the road to Cole Harbour. They're home on the 3rd to the Rangers, and then back at it at the Zatzman Sportsplex on the 4th. Face-offs won by the Wildcats. Ferguson sends a long shot in, gloved by McMullen just in time. Shots now 15-12 in favor of the Wildcats. They keep putting that rubber down on Joe McMullen. Now the face-off to the left of McMullen. Sent around the wall. Diebel able to pinch in, keep it inside the Hurricane zone. Now it's chipped to the line. Tenwold lifts one up. Maybe sent it a little too far. No icing is the call, so Ferguson will have to come back, pick up some speed, and send one back around to Trip Greeno. Greeno was unable to get onto that one. And now Ferguson picks it back up, working down the near side. He's got a couple of Hurricanes forwards draped all over him. And Greeno picks that one off, and he'll work back to the front of the net as a puck battle comes out from the corner. Hurricanes have it. Played back to Corkum. Corkum's shot tipped over the net. Now working it up is Trip Greeno. Drops off to Howard, a little bit out of his reach. And now this loose puck picked up by Fowler. Fowler shot off a leg, and Corkum felt that one. He's hopping in front of the net. He'll make his way to the bench. Another loose puck picked up by a Wildcat. This one picked up by Fowler and sent off a skate out of play. So we'll get a face-off to the left of McMullen again. This one's won by the Hurricanes. A couple of players running into each other. Martin will come out, send one back to the point. McLaughlin, his shot tipped in front, didn't make its way fully to the net. Now back to the point again. Fowler trying to rip one. He'll send it back down into the corner. Now on the half wall to the slot. Lonergan sends a shot in, and another big hit by Rolls, sending his man right in on top of McMullen. Now Dayon working down in. Dayon in the corner. He gets worked off the puck. Rolls will come in, take a bump. Now a pass ahead for Martin. He's got Lonergan and Fowler working backdoor. Fowler shot saved by McMullen, and he's got the rebound in front as well. What a chance for the Wildcats to take the lead on that one. Oh, a long pause after that. Stoppage of music before the whistle. But the face-off is won by the Hurricanes. Why not? Tries to send one out. Sent ahead by Tenwold, and the Hurricanes quickly able to get something going. Blinn with a shot. His shot blocked in front. Now Robichaud picks one up on the far side. He's got speed, but he's also got a couple of Hurricanes forwards quickly on him. Now Rude picks that one up with a high stick, and that'll be whistled down. 9:17 to go here in the second frame. So the face-off will come right outside the Hurricane zone at the face-off dot. Face-off won by the Wildcats. Diebel sends it in. Bennett spins one up, and Chambers puts that one into the zone, and Chambers gets it back at center ice. Howard tried to line him up. Howard coming in with that little PK Subban-like back check. Now Greeno picks one up on the far side. He's going to work up to Howard. Howard sends it in. Ferguson down low. He's got Howard with him. It's stripped. Now sent ahead. Diebel will pick it back up at the blue line, send it across to Trip Greeno. And Greeno will throw this one down on net. This will get all the way down to McMullen for the faceoff. Face off won by the Cats, sent back to Connor Keating. He's got it at the blue line, sends a backhander in. Now Deon tried to send one through. Martin, he's in the corner. Takes a bump from Blinn. Now this one finally escapes the zone. A penalty coming. We're going to call here. Looks like it'll be Connor Keating. Connor Keating getting a little cage hang check there from the linesman. So he'll go off for 2 or less. Face off won by the Hurricanes. They're on the man advantage. This one gets across the shot from DeMille. Now working this one in. Tenwold, his shot, stopped by Harvey. Now Wynot throws one back down in. Tenwold on the half wall. And DeMille. Now Henrik Tenwold working in. A backhander goes just wide of the net. D'Entremont was lurking all over the back door. Just couldn't get one to go. Now Bartow Kelly plays one around, didn't get outside the zone, so why not? We'll have to spin, and now Martin has a chance away. Short-handed Hunter Martin taken in, and this one might be a penalty shot. No. Wasn't clear enough. So heading off to the box is Chase Corkum. And now we've got some 4-on-4 hockey. I really thought that Hunter Martin might have been in the clear. Now Deon wins this draw. Passes it off to Martin Blinn. He'll send one around, and Deon will pick up the loose puck in the corner. Deon behind the net. Tries to make a move. It's taken away by Rolls. Now Rolls goes cross ice to Tommy Ferguson.
Hurricanes gunner number 27, Chase Corkum, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of penalty is 6:31. That's Corkum, 2 minutes for tripping at 6:31.
Now Rolls working in, tried to drag one past his man on the defensive end. It's worked to center and sent down the ice. The Wildcats now with the man advantage for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Bartow Kelly sends a shot through. That one's gloved at the net. And McMullen will play that one to the corner. So 5:23 to go here in this second frame. Goals coming from Jacob Santo and Rowan Lonergan. Lonergan back out there. He's on the chase for this one. Played back around to Greeno. Now McKay back to Greeno. He'll work in. That shot goes wide. Martin picks it back up on the half wall. He's met down there with a bump. Now McKay. Down low. Back up to McKay. Across to Trip Greeno. Works it back to the top. McKay's shot just goes wide of the net. Now Martin picks it back up on the half wall. 15 to go on the power play. Martin works one in. Shot blocked in front. McKay's going to corral this one. He's going to have a man on his butt coming out of the box. Now Greeno's shot just goes wide. McKay picks it back up. Team's back to even strength. McKay working in. His shot turned aside. The rebound is left there, and McLaughlin can't poke it home. McKay now sends one around the wall. McLaughlin on the half wall. This one's sent around, intended for McKay. McKay got it offside and played it back inside the Wildcat zone. And now a chance for Rolls. Another loose puck and an errant pass onto the stick of a Wildcat. Luckily, Ferguson wasn't able to connect. Now Ferguson winds and fires. That one's up into the netting. And we'll get a stoppage of play. 3:51 to go here in the second period. 1-1. Shot goes in from the point. Played around into the corner. And now away goes Tenwold. He makes a move at the line. He's got Wynot backdoor. Tenwold works in. Shot turned aside by Harvey. Now Chambers working in. He's got Fowler all over him. Wynot's shot turned aside in front. Now Ferguson trying to make a move in the defensive zone. A couple of Hurricanes forwards surrounding him. Now Mood Ross will send it back in. He's got to look and make sure that Grady Rolls isn't sneaking behind him. Rolls will chip this one up. It'll get into the Wildcats bench. Just under 3 to go. Shots all evened up, 18 apiece now. The face-off just outside the Hurricanes line, right in front of the Wildcats bench. Draw one by the Canes, and they'll send it in deep. Keating. He's got Bennett on him. Keating picks it up. Looks for McKay. McKay went cross ice, and that one had a little bit too much heat on that. We'll go back down into the Wildcat zone for the icing call. So now Santo getting moved out of the draw. Bennett lost that one, and now it's played around the wall, kept in at the line. Pass up for Rude. In his skates, chipped back ahead. Rude played it up to center. And now worked back for Connor Keating. He'll rim one up around the wall. It gets to Rude. And now away goes Robichaud. Working in. He had Rude calling for that one on the draw pass. But a long pass up for Lucas. Lucas passes over to Santos. Santos' shot was well high and wide. Now Rude picks it up, goes to center. Robichaud chipped at that one. Now picked up by Greeno. Greeno working in. He's got a man back door. And that is just tipped just wide. Gallant, or Fowler, excuse me, tried to put that one home. Now the shot goes wide of the net. Lonergan starting the rush. He's going to make a move. Blinn gets stripped of the puck by Lonergan, and pass goes out front. And McMullen quick to cover that one. 1:06 to go here in this second period of play. Face-off will come down to the right-hand side of Joseph McMullen. Martin wins that draw.
Last one play in the second period.
Now a battle along the near side. Martin and Blinn. Blinn moves it around and gets it back to center before Fowler will send it right back. Now here's Blake Mood-Ross setting up for the Hurricanes, trying to find an option. He goes across and up to DeMille. DeMille. Now Fowler up the wall with 15 to go. This one's picked back up. And now a couple of bodies down there on the puck, a loose puck, and this one's worked to center, and that will do it. Here for the second period of play, the Western Hurricanes and Valley Wildcats all knotted at one apiece through 2 periods of play here on High Button Sports. We'll be back with the third period right after this quick intermission, so stay tuned on High Button Sports.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Alright, welcome back to the Queen's Place Ameris Center in Liverpool, Nova Scotia for the third period of play between the Valley Wildcats and the Western Hurricanes. 1-1 is the score through 2 periods of play. Jacob Santo opened the scoring earlier in the first period for the Hurricanes, and later in the second it was Rowan Lonergan tying it up for the Cats. Here we are, all tied up for the third period. We're underway here on High Button. Wildcats win the draw, and Greeno will send it cross ice. Martin picks this one up at center. Now sent in up the half wall, and Greeno will slide one back. Now why not? Sends one back, and Greeno will knock it back in one more time. Now the Wildcats will send it in. A shot goes in. Lonergan on the near side while he gives chase. Greeno will chip this one back in behind the net. Corgum collects. Now a pass out. McGuire had that one roll off the tip of his stick. Now Greeno will send it back around the net one more time. Now the long pass up to center. Demo was hit there by Ben Rude, and now it's worked all the way around the Wildcats' end. Now a shot goes on. That one's turned aside by Harvey. 18:45 to go. Now coincidentally, the last time I was playing in this rink, it was for the Valley Wildcats against the Western Hurricanes in this very arena before I got released from the team. A little bit of a hint to take my skills up to the booth. Now Mood Ross. His shot goes in, blocked in front. Now chipped to the wall. Ferguson couldn't get that one past the red line. Now McLaughlin with a good sweeping stick check there. Comes in, he lays a bump. And now in goes Howard. Caleb Howard shot. That one just wide of the net. Man, he's got a bullet. I've said it before. He might be one of the smaller kids out there, but he's hard to knock down. And man, can he shoot the puck. Now this pass gets over for Keating. Robichaud saying, "Go, Keating, go." Now Robichaud picks one up down low. Gallant working in the corner as Martin Blinn all over him. Now Robichaud's shot, that one turned aside by McMullen, and we'll get a stoppage play. 17:31 here in this final frame. 1-1 the score. The Wildcats leading in the shot department by 2, 22-2 or 22-20. Robichaud back on the draw. It's one back by Santo. And now back to the point. Bartow Kelly plays it down. Gallant will corral down low. Back up to the point. Bartow Kelly chips it that one. Rude in the slot. Now Bartow Kelly back at the point. He'll backhand one in, and I didn't get far enough as Churchill will, or Chambers, excuse me, driving down that far side, will stop up, get the puck to the hash marks, but now it's played right back by the Wildcats. Out to center. Gallant was first to that. He'll chip it in. Now making his way down the ice is Santo. He gets bumped into the wall. Now a breakout pass from Robichaud. He's off a leg and back down for Santo. Santo working in. He's going to draw a penalty, and now it's back away. So Ben Rude will pick that one up. So Ben Rude will sit for 2 or less. And the Wildcats will head to the power play, or to the penalty kill, excuse me. And now away goes Howard. Caleb Howard tries to go back door to Martin. That one just out of his reach. Now pass to Wynot. 10-volt goes cross ice. Demel tried to slide one through the crease. And now this one gets sent back down. McMullen out to play it for Corkum. Corkum back to Wynot. He makes a move and pushes it up to the blue line for the skipper. Dimmel back, and now Ferguson's got to race after this one. McMullen first to it. Ferguson right there after him. He's got the loose puck. Ferguson picks it up. He's got a man back door, works it over, and they score! Rowan Lonergan finds the bar on a backdoor pass from Tommy Ferguson, and a shorthanded goal from the Wildcats has them up 2-1. Now Ferguson gets to center. He almost slipped up there, and they'll send it in. Martin Blinn. Stripped by Ferguson. Lonergan gives a hack to Mood Ross. He'll move it up. Mood Ross. His shot's blocked in front. Lonergan gets a stick on that. He's fallen. Now Mood Ross on the half wall. Plays it back down to Bennett. Back up to the top. Blinn. Shot goes through. Harvey makes the initial save. Rebounds loose in front. And that one's cleared wide. Harvey's got to get back to his feet. Now this puck back to the point. Mood Ross's shot didn't get completely through. Now Ferguson working his way down, and Ferguson causing some problems down in front of the Hurricanes bench, or net, excuse me. 13:59 to go here in the third period. The Valley Wildcats up 2-1 thanks to that late shorthanded marker from Rowan Lonergan. Hurricanes win the draw, and now it's down in the near side. Worked up by Wynot. He's got 10-volt with him. McKay sends one around the wall. Gallant first to this one. He'll play it back down. 10-volt now for the Hurricanes, trying to cause some trouble in the offensive zone. Back to the point. Corkum, he'll play it down low. 10-volt back on it. Out front. And Dimmel had this one roll off his stick. What a perfect opportunity that was. Now 10-volt back to the point. Shot from Corkum goes through. That one was a laser. Now rolls. Picks it up for the Wildcats, looking to slow things down. His pass. Up to center, finds McLaughlin. But it's sent right back down the other way. In comes Dimmel. Trying to make a move there. Was D'Entremont, but taken away, and Harvey will make the save and hold up for the face-off. So 12:35 to go here in this third period. Once again, we thank you for tuning into High Button Sports here on this Saturday evening. A little bit warmer out tonight than it has been the past few evenings. Now a shot from Hughes didn't make its way to the net. It gets over into the far corner. Now McGuire. That one's off the skate of Rude on the far side. Now Dayon will work it through center. Chipped at by Greeno, sent all the way around the boards. McGuire trying to battle in there for the loose puck. Comes back out to Dayon. Dayon across a one-timer coming in from Alex Knock was turned aside, and now the Wildcats looking to break away with numbers. But this one sent right back into the defensive zone. Carter Diebel has to go back and pick it up. Diebel with room. Diebel trying to send one deep. Didn't get too far. And Blinn will start the breakout right up to Santo. Santo took a bump from Greeno. And now pass ahead for Lonergan. Lonergan's got room. He's going to be the first one there, but he'll have to wait up for his teammates as he takes a tumble. Lucas moved off the puck. Lonergan in front. He had a chance there to knock home the hat-trick marker, but just off the heel of his stick. Now Blinn works it in on the backhand. He'll meet the puck behind the net. First to it. Now Santo going to try and rip one, but good stick there from Lonergan to deny that. Well, Bartow Kelly across to Martin. Back to Bartow Kelly in front. This one just goes wide of the net. Now McLaughlin back down low. This one gets out to the point. Taken and moved in by Hossein, and he'll get a couple of bumps. .10:30 to go here in the final frame. 2-1, the Valley Wildcats lead the Western Hurricanes 28-26. The shots in favor of the Cats. Now Ferguson working his way down. He's got Howard with him. Ferguson's shot was stopped, played into the corner. Now Howard working out on the backhand. He's met with a bump, and he sends his man to the ice. Ferguson's shot was blocked. Now Howard. He'll play one back to the point to Keating. This one gets played back for Fowler. Fowler back across to Ferguson, and he's turning on the Jets through the neutral zone. Ferguson stops up, makes a move to the slot. Tried to feed one to the back door. Nobody home. Ferguson still on it. Corkham's all over him. Ferguson plays it around. Fowler picks one up, rips one into the slot. Now behind the net. Hughes plays it back, up around to Churchill. The Wildcats regain possession. McLaughlin up the wall. Chips it around Corkum. Corkum, good job to stick with him, and now he's got possession. Now Greeno picks up the puck, backhands one cross ice, and that one's sent in deep by Ben Rude. Now on the half wall. Hurricanes coaches screaming three. There's a shot from D'Entremont. That one's stopped by the glove of Jonah Harvey. So face off to the right of Harvey. D'Entremont and Martin on the draw. D'Entremont won it back. Hughes. Now Greeno picks one up, looking for an option, sends it up to Martin. Martin across for Lonergan to Rolls. Rolls on the backhand, looking to squeeze one through. And that one turned aside by McMullen. So the Wildcats hitting the 30 marker in the shot category tonight. They've put 30 on Joseph McMullen tonight. This one's worked behind the net. Rolls is battling in there, and Martin and Lonergan as well. One of the top lines here for the Wildcats. Now Lonergan to Martin. Martin shoots, scores! Hunter Martin makes the iron sing, ripping that one off the post and past Joseph McMullen. And the Wildcats extend their lead to 2 late here in the third. Face off, one back by the Hurricanes. Why not? Chasing after, he's going to make a move. Can't get around Bartow Kelly, and he'll work it back. Victor Bartow Kelly is stripped there for a sec by Henrik Tenwald. And Harvey bailing out his defenseman, able to make the save. So Lonergan's got points on all 3 of the Valley goals tonight. 2 goals and an assist. 3 points on the night for him. Face off, one back for Bartow Kelly. He'll play it around to Howard. Howard just had that one chip off his stick. Now the Hurricanes working in. Mood Ross will get that one on the back door, and glove saved by Harvey. Now McLaughlin up the wall. Howard plays it back to the point. Blynn's shot is blocked, and now away goes Tommy Ferguson. Ferguson in. That one's wide of the net. He's knocking at that one. It would have been a high stick. Now this pass goes up. Linesmen say no ice. Linesman said no icing on the call and then blew the whistle. So a little bit of a miscommunication there from the linesman will send us back down into the Hurricane zone with 6:32 to go. Austin Robichaud working in on the draw for the Wildcats, but it's one back by Santo. Now Keating plays one across, almost intercepted by Santo, and now a pass ahead for Gallant is taken away by Mood Ross. He'll play back up the wall. Santo's got it on the backhand. He's muscled off by Connor Keating and then bumped by Jesse Gallant as well. Now Mood Ross goes cross ice into the slot. A shot goes wide, and Josene's on it. Mateo Josene in the corner. He's double teamed, and this one's sent right back around. Now Santo trying to wrap one in front. It goes through the crease, and Harvey's able to cover that one up. Now the face-off to the left of Harvey with just under 6 to go. Now the Hurricanes back the other way, working in. They've got 3, working in with numbers. And now Martin able to clear the danger from his own own net. Now Lonergan working in. Martin as well. His shot goes over the net. Sends it to the slot. Lonergan looking for that one. And he just couldn't get it to go. Lonergan obviously on hat-trick watch, and now a penalty coming to the Hurricanes. Martin's got to be careful not to go in past the top of the circles, or else this face-off will come outside. Not sure if the linesman caught that or not. Looks like they might have. Or else they're just going for a wholesale change. We'll have to see. The linesman did not catch it. Did not matter enough to him. So they'll send it back into the Hurricane zone. Martin, Lonergan, McLaughlin, Greeno, and McKay out there for the Wildcats on the power play unit. Lonergan gives chase. Sets up back to Hunter Martin. Martin over to Bentley McKay. His shot goes in. That's wide of the net. McLaughlin plays it to Lonergan. Lonergan will feed it back to Trip Greeno at the point. Greeno's going to walk, fire, and that one's blocked away by McMullen. Lonergan planted right on the back door, waiting that pass for that third goal of the game, that hat-trick goal. Now McKay. Back down to Greeno, back up to McKay, the quarterback on this power play. He'll leave it there. Shot goes in, turned aside by McMullen, and they score. There it is. Rowan Lonergan gets his third of the game. That's his. So Lonergan with the 4th of the game for the Wildcats. They're up 4-1. And Lonergan's got 4 points on the night, 3 goals, 1 assist. He's got a point on every Wildcats goal. Now Ferguson picks up the loose puck. He's turned aside. And now up to Bennett. Bennett through center. That one's through the crease. So Lonergan from Greeno and McLaughlin. That's the official goal call on that one. As Tommy Ferguson tries to stretch pass up for Howard, that one's called an ice. Howard was reaching down there, gives a pat to his man. Face off to the left of Jonah Harvey. 3:16 to go here in the third period. Now this one's worked up a couple of bodies in front of that Wildcats bench, but not close enough of a game to call that one too many men, I would say. Hurricanes trying to break out here late in this third period. A nice move by Hughes at the line. They'll try and get one Through to the net, looking for a couple of options down there. He's by himself and now stripped. This one's moved up to McGuire. McGuire hits Tommy Ferguson. Here he goes away. Ferguson makes a move. Ferguson, puck right behind him. And now he sends his man to the ice. That was Hossein, the recipient of that Tommy Ferguson boom. Now Howard picks it up, gets the red line, tries to make a move. That one's turned aside. Howard gets it right back, sends it in, and he takes a late hit along the boards, a high hit. It was Kingston Lucas throwing that hit along the wall. Got his stick up into the head area of Howard. And then proceeded to follow up with a headlock. Now the Hurricanes trying to break out here. Good hit by Diebel along the near side wall.
Last one playing the third period.
Now Blinn picks it up, almost stripped in front. Now Blinn gets the red line. He's met by Rowan Lonergan. And Lonergan's been all over everything tonight. Now Deon sends one into the offensive zone. Hurricanes are offside. They'll have to touch up as Diebel tries to get the line. He does, and he'll send it in. No, a long stretch pass up, intended for Hossein, was taken away by Diebel, and a little elbow to the head there by Chambers. Some little things that you notice from up top that you can't see down at ice level. And that'll do it. Here from Liverpool, the Valley Wildcats victorious over the Western Hurricanes. 4-1 the final score. Rowan Lonergan, the hat trick. Hunter Martin with the other, assisted by Lonergan. Lonergan with 4 points on the night, a point on every goal for the Wildcats. And Jonah Harvey turning aside 32 of 33. And the Wildcats will make their way back to Berwick with 2 points. Like I said, the upcoming schedule for the Wildcats will take on the Truro Bearcats December 20th and the Harbor Rage December 21st. And then the Western Hurricanes are on the road for the next 4 games. So we thank you for tuning in to the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League here on High Button Sports. My name's Dayton Camo, tuning out from Liverpool.